everyone, so I've had a little bit of a splurge in Space NK. Nothing new here really. There's just something about that store that I can't say no to. I just get sucked in every time I walk past one, and I don't usually tend to know what's going on until I've walked out the door and realised how much money I've spent. So I have 2 makeup items and 2 skincare products to show you. So I'll start with makeup, and the first one is just the most beautifully packaged, beautifully formulated thing I've ever seen, and it's one of the By Terry Ombre Blackstars, and these are basically cream eyeshadows in a little twist up stick, but you can use them as liners. They're very multi-use. Every time I've gone into Space NK for probably the last couple of months, I've swatched these and tried them out. I've come out with a rainbow across my hand of all different shades, and I think that was the reason it took me so long to actually buy one, is because there are so many beautiful colours and I just couldn't really decide which one I wanted to get. But in the end I went for this one here, which is Blond Opal, and it's kind of a very light coloured icy gold, and I thought that would be nice for kind of an inner highlight or a nice gold wash of colour across the lid. And there's just so many things you can do with this. I have been literally putting it on the teardrop just to brighten up my eyes, and I've also been using it all over as an eyeshadow base or just an eyeshadow on its own if I want something quite simple. They have this really lovely creamy blendable texture to them, so you don't need any brushes. You can just literally smudge them out with your fingers and you're done. It's a really quick and simple eye look to do. And the lasting power of these as well is amazing, considering how smooth they feel. Once they set down after a minute or so, they're not going anywhere. They really don't budge. I'm still debating whether or not I need to buy a few more shades because they are just all so beautiful, but they are quite on the pricey side of things, and I think I may have found a really good lower end drugstore alternative to them, so I will be doing a post on that on my blog soon, so check back in a few days time to see that. So my second purchase was a lipstick, and again it's just something that I've walked past every time I've been in Space NK and just looked at and wanted so badly. It's just a beautiful colour, and it's actually from Kevyn, and I've never really looked or tried any of the Kevyn coloured stuff. It tends to be the face products that come to mind when I think of them, so the sculpting powder, the highlighting powder and the Sensual skin enhancer. I think that's more what they're known for, but actually this lipstick is really lovely. So I'm actually wearing this today, and it's in the shade Forever, and it's just the most perfect bright corally warm toned pink, and I'm so into pinks at the moment. I think because we're coming to summer now, I just want to crack out all the bright lipsticks I can, and this is just the perfect shade for that. Now I don't want to speak too soon and get overexcited and say something I may have to take back in the future, because I've only actually worn this a few times since I got it, but I think the formula of this is actually my favourite formula of lipstick ever, and that is a very bold and dramatic claim, but it's just the most creamy textured feeling matte I've ever come across. I've actually had this on now for about an hour, and it still feels as comfortable and as moisturising as when I first put it on, and considering it is a matte and it's very pigmented, it just looks so nice once it's on. It doesn't go sort of flaky, it doesn't attach to any dry patches like some mattes are notorious for. It just feels so nice to wear, so I really want to get a few more colours of these. There are so many beautiful shades in the range, so Kevyn lipsticks are definitely one of my favourites at the moment. So moving on to the skincare bits that I picked up, and these are actually both from the same brand, and it's a brand that I've wanted to try for such a long time, and the one thing that's always put me off is the price, because these are quite expensive, quite worryingly so actually. I had a little bit of a panic moment when I went to pay for them at the till, but you know me, I do believe in investing in my skincare, so I decided to go ahead and get them. So these are both from Chapman, and the first one I got was the Skinesis Overnight Facial, and it's a really nice luxurious feeling oil that you can use as a sort of treat for your skin every so often, and it's a very rich texture. I was surprised by how much it actually had to it. So usually oils are quite thin and quite slippery and they dissolve into your skin almost immediately, but this one almost has a slight gel texture to it. It's almost like a serum combined with an oil. The thing I liked about this one is that you can use it alone, so when your skin's feeling a bit tired and a bit dull and it just needs a bit of a boost, you can pop this on and then you should wake up with amazing glowing skin. And I think it has a very similar feeling and a very similar result to the Estée Lauder Advanced Night Repair, which I absolutely love. It just gives your skin that boost, so like you've had 8 hours sleep, but you've drunk, you know, 2 litres of water every day, and it just looks healthy. I think this one may have quite a few essential oils in it because it does smell like it does, so if you have a bit of sensitivity to that, it may not be the best thing to use, but I haven't noticed any irritation in my skin, and I'm just really enjoying how it makes it feel and how it makes my skin look. And then I also got the Skinesis Intense Hydrating Booster, which is the first in a series of 3 serums that they do. I think there's also an exfoliating one and an anti-aging one, but my skin's been very dry and very dehydrated at the moment, so so I thought this would be the perfect thing for it. I really love it when serums come with these little pipette style droppers, because you can just measure out perfectly the amount that you need, and I think I put way too much on the first time I used this. You just need the tiniest little drop, because it does seem to glide over the skin really easily. It actually really reminds me of one of my favourite ever skincare products, which is the Hydraluron serum from Indeed Labs, and they're both made up of hyaluronic acid, so I guess they have a very similar base to them. It does have a slightly runnier consistency, I think. It's not quite the gel-like texture of the Hydraluron, but it also doesn't have the stickiness that that one has, so I think it's really nice if you don't really like that sticky feeling on your skin, and it does feel very smooth and very soft once you've applied it. It's definitely not one of those overly rich hydrating products that feels greasy and feels heavy on your skin. It just seems to lock in all the hydration from your moisturiser or any products that you put on top, so I've really been enjoying that one too, and I think these ones together make a really nice combination as well. So those are all my most recent purchases from Space NK. If I had to pick one favourite, it definitely has to be the lipstick. I'm just in love with it. Let me know if there's anything in there that you've been thinking about picking up or that you really like, and I will see you all soon.